I'm honestly seriously surprised by this vehicle right here, the 2026 GMC Terrain AT4. The value you get for the money you're paying, I think we need more cars like this. We got a very masculine, boxy styling, under $50,000. You have the AT4 package, of course, beautiful LEDs here inside of the fenders. You have a nice looking interior as well, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. I mean, I'm struggling to find anything wrong with this vehicle. The power is not the most impressive, 175 horsepower, but it really doesn't matter, and I don't feel like I'm lacking any power, and that is the thing here. I think we need more cars like this that don't have 350 horsepower and stays well below $150,000 and still gives you this beautiful styling with the full LEDs, of course, all around. Great to see it from GMC. I actually really like this Terrain. We're gonna have a look at the front end design, the side view, the rear, the interior. Last but not least, of course, gonna take this for a drive. Before we go any further in this video, let's take a minute to thank today's sponsor, OEDRO Floor Liners. As a veteran specializing in auto floor liners for over 10 years, OEDRO delivers products for more than 300 vehicle models, backed by dedicated US-based teams to ensure an unmatched shopping experience for all customers. All OEDRO floor liners are custom-made using 3D laser scanning technology to ensure a glove-like fit while eliminating pedal interface for the smoother and safer driving experience. The raw material is GRS certified recyclable durable TE material. These 2025 GMC Terrain floor mats are safe, odorless, pet-friendly, sustainable for all weather, effectively protecting the original car's interior, and that is exactly what you want with these type of products. These specific 2026 GMC Terrain trunk mat with backrest mat features unique patterns inspired by the car's original aesthetic, seamlessly integrating with your vehicle's interior while effectively retaining stains. And you can see the difference here between the original mats and the OEDRO mats. You can see that the border or the ridge on the outside of these mats are a lot higher than the original ones, making sure that all the dirt and dust and liquid stays within the mat. It's designed for any weather. These edge-to-edge 2025 GMC Terrain accessories can fully contain mud, snow, sand, and spills for easy cleaning. All you have to do is just remove the mat. Very simple, shake it off or hose it off, and you're good to go. So make sure you click the link below. I'm also gonna put it in the pinned comment for a special discount for your vehicle for your OEDRO floor mats. And thanks to OEDRO for sponsoring this video. So let's check out what's powering this 2026 GMC Terrain AT4 in this beautiful Riverstone metallic. So under the hood, we have a small 1.5 liter turbo inline 4, putting out 175 horsepower, 203 pound-feet of torque. Now, some might say, as I said, it feels maybe sounds a little underpowered, but honestly, I don't feel like we necessarily need more power in this type of size of vehicle. We got an 8-speed automatic, all-wheel drive, 0 to 60 in 8.7 seconds. Fuel economy comes in at 24 city, 26 highway. You got a range on a full tank of well over 400 miles, which I love to see. Towing comes in at about 1,500 pounds. And the price, this is the best part about the GMC. I mean, look, we have LEDs in the front end, in the rear, and we also have LEDs here. I mean, they're not cheaping out on the materials here, and the price is $43,600, and that is the reason why I think this is such great value for what you're paying for this vehicle. So let's close this back down and let's have a look at this front end design and the design overall. Now, for the refresh of the GMC Terrain, they definitely stepped it up with the styling here and made it a lot more aggressive, a lot more masculine, boxy, exactly like you want to see in a small SUV like this. I really like the styling from GMC, specifically, as I mentioned, that we do have full LEDs. This makes it look like it's a much more expensive vehicle than what it actually is. We also have some nice styling features here and big juicy LED for the indicator and the daytime run lights, in addition to full LEDs right here, blacked out graphics coming around. We have functional slots in this area in addition to the fog light down there, and we have, of course, the red tow hooks, this being the AT4 with the AT4 badge in this area. The grille being completely open in the lower section as well. We have the big GMC logo here in the front end and the camera system as well. I'm going to show you that when we jump in. I'm just very surprised at how much equipment and how well built overall this feels for $43,000. It's just pretty insane in 2025 to hear that. You have the front mounted camera located right here. We have some dark chrome in this area. I think this looks pretty good. We have it right here as well, coming down to this area that we talked about before, all the way down low. There is no cheap unpainted parts here. Everything is gloss black with these lower sections, and again, it just makes it feel like a much more upscale vehicle than what it actually is. Great job by the designers from GMC. We have some nicely sculpted hood lines up top as well. You can see it right here with these two lines coming down to the grille, creating this nice little bay area in the middle right here, looking stunning. And coming around to the side view, the proportions of this, these are pretty much the exact proportions that I would like to have for this type of SUV. It's not too big, it's not too small, it just feels right. And specifically when you have it in this AT4 trim, when it looks a little bit more rugged with the off-road tire setup that we have here. And in addition to that, we have some nice looking 17-inch wheels, 235mm wide tires. The setup here, I mean, again, I'm just struggling to find anything wrong with this vehicle. I really can't find anything that I would change, because if we increase the power of this, it's obviously going to jump up in price a little bit. I don't want to see that. I want to stay in about $43,600, under $45,000 for this. It's just a fantastic deal. We have some gloss black for the A-pillars right here up to the roof. We have an optional sunroof up there. I do believe this is $1,500. So of course, if you remove that, you're saving $1,500. That is probably something that I would personally do, because I would want to have a full covered roof and have the structural integrity of the roof if I want to put stuff on there instead of having a big panoramic sunroof. I do like the AT4 badge that we have in this area, and also the line flow that we have going around in the lower section right there. We have the dark chrome coming back in this area, and of course the gloss black still being painted. I love these LEDs that we have, very dimmed out LEDs in the side, looking super cool, and the wheel design looks great as well. Thankfully they did not put just regular boring black wheels on here. We have some nice design for the wheel themselves with the silver spokes, 6-spoke wheel design, looking great, 17-inch wheels. Coming around to the back side of the side view, I do like the styling here. I've said this before, I want to see chamfers come back for car design. It's been lacking for a while, but you can see we have a bunch of chamfers going on here. We have this beautiful chamfer coming around from this area, going all the way here into the shoulder line. You can see how it goes up here, creates this arrow-like design in this area, looking beautiful. Small touches like that, this is what makes me feel like the designers put in their personality into the cars, and not just makes it look like a product or industrial design. We have this big wing with this body color going up here, this fin looking beautiful, another chamfer going here, coming around and wrapping around to the backside right there. Beautiful, beautiful design by GMC. One of the better looking small SUVs. And I mean, if I would put a price on this, if I would, guess what this would cost, I would put it at about $55,000. But the fact that this is just $43,600 with all the options that we have, just a great deal, in my opinion. Coming around to the rear end, again, no cheaping out on the LEDs. Normally we have LEDs in the front end in this price range, but in the back, car companies tend to cheap out, but you can see that everything is full LED. Beautiful to see that. Nice juicy LED in the back. The indicator light also being full LED. Some nice styling feature here with this reflector light. And again, these chamfers coming back across the entire bodywork, looking great. Rear mounted camera located up here. We have some lighting up here as well on the black roof, GMC logo, of course. And of course, you do have the gloss black coming back in the lower section, which I actually think looks very cool. Adds some nice contrast to the otherwise brighter exterior gray color that we have right here. It would be nice to maybe see this wiper being hidden underneath here, but for this price range, I honestly do not care. I do want to see this be blacked out though. The AT4 and the Terrain logo right here, it feels like it would look much more in line with the rest of the exterior design to have those be blacked out. But looking at the proportions in the back, very nice planted looking design for this. I don't think I would change anything on this, to be honest. The design looks great, and then not just the exterior for the GMC Terrain, but also the interior is really, really cool as well. There's really nothing I want to change there either, even if we do have a 15-inch screen. So opening up the trunk here, I'm going to show you the trunk space in the back. We have a decent amount of space because we don't really have a strong angle here, sport back for the rear end. It's pretty straight in the rear, giving you, of course, a lot of space back here. Some LEDs, nice to see that on both sides. Underneath here, if we open this up, you can see that we do have some more storage underneath here as well. So plenty of storage. And of course, you can also fold down these rear seats. If you want to do that, just click it like this. You can fold it all the way down. You can see that we get even, of course, more storage when we have the seats folded down. I mean, you can fit whatever you need in here with no problems whatsoever. I would not have any issues not fitting anything I would ever need in the back of this. And of course, it is power assisted. So let me know what you think about the GMC Terrain. I'm sure you get my opinion of it. So far, I really like it. I think it's a beautiful looking styling, and the equipment level that we get for the pricing is great. And now let's talk about the interior, because there's a lot that goes on in the interior that I want to see more cars in 2026 have the same features that we have in the GMC Terrain. So let's jump in here and have a look. So check this out. Let's open this up. Let me show you an overview of the interior. We have the big 15-inch screen, but the thing is, I thought that hearing that this has a 15-inch screen in an SUV this size, I thought it was going to be looking 100% oversized for the overall interior. But honestly, I think it just suits it to have it sitting in there. It doesn't feel like it's oversized or anything like that. It just looks natural to have it there. We have an 11-inch gauge cluster right there with a nice, beautiful housing for it. And look at the materials here. This is what I mean when I say that this feels like a $50,000 plus vehicle, because we have leather-wrapped armrests with the contrast stitching, some nice different textures here, beautiful door handle as well. You have the controls for the windows and the mirrors right here, opening the trunk in this area, and some cup holders and storage in the lower section. The door panel looks great. If we look at the seat design here, same thing here. We have AT4 embroidered, beautiful to see that in the headrests. Of course, these are power assisted. Again, I would expect these to be manually adjustable for this price range, but they added power assistance to the seats, and the seats themselves look very nice. We have this piping, brown piping and stitching on the sides here with this dark gray / green interior styling for it. So let's jump in here and let me show you why I think this is such a good interior and such a good vehicle overall. So let's turn off the hazards up here. We have the 15-inch screen, and this comes standard. It's not even an option. It comes standard with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which, again, is just a fantastic thing to have in this price range. We have a beautiful situation for the gauge cluster. And look at this. If we click this button right here, we can customize this almost completely. We can have a full map view if we want to have that, or we can go back to a different layout right here. Apple CarPlay comes into the gauge cluster. We also have this, we have the driver assist settings, and you have this view, which is my personal favorite view, showing me everything I want to see. The speedometer in the middle, tachometer, fuel gauge, and temp gauge on the side, looking very, very classic. You have the media that's playing here on the right side, and you have some more information here on the left. As I said, full tank gives you well over 400 miles of range. And the situation here that we have with this stitching up top, looking beautiful, with the gauge cluster housing, and how this line continues, and inside of this line is a straight line. You have the vents integrated here in a beautiful looking way, and we have some more leather here. This is also soft touch material. I would expect this to 100% be hard touch for the price you're paying. All these small details, the LEDs on the outside, the quality of the interior, the big screen, the wireless Apple CarPlay, all of these small details to me add up and makes for a very, very nice package overall. We have some nice materials here, proper size glove box, of course. Going into the infotainment screen here, can show you if we go into the home screen, we have all these settings. We can go into camera. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Wi-Fi hotspot and stuff like this that you can just set up if you want to. You have the climate right here. So you have the climate settings in this area in the screen. But the good news is you also have the settings, the buttons all the way down here. You can control it with the screen if you want to, but thankfully GMC, they figured this out. This is what people want to have. We want to have the option, if you want to use the screen, you can do that, but we still want to have the physical toggles for the fan speed and for the temperature right here. Beautiful to see that. That is all I'm asking for. It's not that hard to do. If we go into light settings here, this is where you control the headlights. You don't really have it on the stock here, so GMC has been doing this for a couple of years now. So let's put it back into auto like that. We also have heated seats in 3 different levels right there. Beautiful. And of course, Apple CarPlay is standard for this vehicle. Great to see that in addition to Android Auto. We have some storage down here, one USB, another USB-C. We have some cup holders in this area. The key fob looks pretty standard. We have lock, unlock, remote start as well, and open the trunk. Panic button, says GMC right there on the back. Beautiful to see that. Wireless charging pad. And as I said, this is a $1,500 option. So if you want to save an additional $1,500 on your $43,600, all you got to do is just not option for this sunroof up top. And that is, as I said, something that I would personally not option for. I would just cancel this altogether. The seat design, we talked about the seats already, but they are beautiful. You have proper bolstering. You don't really need more for 175 horsepower. Looking at the steering wheel here, nice GMC logo in the middle. We have these cruise control settings on the left side, voice command, and also heated steering wheel located in this area. And this is the button to configure the screen, as we just talked about earlier. On the right side, on the left side of the steering wheel, you have automatic start and stop at red lights. Gonna turn that off. All-wheel drive setting here, you can turn on or turn off, turn between all-wheel drive and two-wheel drive in this area. Drive modes, we have a bunch of different drive modes as well. Check this out: tow haul, snow ice, terrain, off-road, and normal, and beautiful looking animations as well. This screen is just extremely high resolution. You don't really see any pixels or anything like that. Beautiful to see that. This is the gear selector stock, so let's pull it towards you, push it up, go into reverse. Gonna show you all the cameras, and GMC is always, for a very long time, they've always had very, very great camera systems with the trajectory lines like this, looking beautiful. We can switch between these cameras, have more of a widescreen camera or the tow trailer connector here camera, or also you can see where the wheels are positioned. So great camera system by GMC. I never complain about the camera system from this brand at all. Press this button right here to go back into park. Now I think that is everything to talk about in the front end design, but let me know what you think about this layout. As I said, 15-inch screen really does not feel too big for this, which is very, very surprising to me. I personally like everything that goes on in the front end here. Don't have any complaints about any sort of integration of screens or anything like that. I think it's a beautiful looking interior. So with that said, let's jump in and have a look at the back seats. Me being 6'1", 6'2", let's see if I can actually fit behind here myself. Looking at the overview of the back seats, looks pretty clean, nothing crazy going on here, but we still have USB connections right there in the middle. Door panel looks great. Jumping in here, and I mean, again, it's just a great vehicle. Even the back, I haven't been here before I just jump in here. This is the first time I'm back here. I did not know what to expect, but this is another reason why this is just a fantastic vehicle. Headroom is plenty, even though we have this beautiful styling. This is thanks to the boxy styling on the exterior, of course. Legroom, fine. I could sit here for a cross-country road trip, no problem whatsoever. 2 USBs. I even have a possibility to charge my devices when I'm on that cross-country road trip. Some small vents in this area. Storage in the lower section right here. And of course, we fold down center armrest. You're going to find yourself 2 cup holders. So overall, just a fantastic layout and design from GMC. I'm very, very impressed with this vehicle. I forgot to mention, you also have the rear camera up there. You can switch between regular mirror, just having it as a camera like I'm having it right now. So with that said, we talked about the exterior design, interior design. Now let's take this for a drive. All right, guys, let's take this 2026 GMC Terrain AT4 for a drive, and let's try to figure out where are the savings coming from. That is the big question I have about this. Because as I said, it's so good that I don't really understand how it can be this cheap in today's world. I mean, the average price for a new vehicle is over $50,000 for the first time ever. And this one is $43,600 with the panoramic $1,500 sunroof up top. And it is so smooth to drive. The exterior design, we talked about it. I love everything that goes on in the exterior design. I think it looks proper. It has this rugged, boxy feel to it. It's pretty quiet in here going over this gravel parking lot right here. The only thing that would be maybe nice, I guess, is to have a little bit more power. 175 horsepower and just over 200 pound-feet of torque. Does not sound very impressive. But at the same time, I honestly think it is very, very refreshing to have that type of power in a new vehicle for 2026, because it feels like a lot of car companies just put power in vehicles that don't necessarily need all that power. And they're just gonna bring the price up even more than what it already is. And when we have these type of features for the interior, we have heated seats, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, in this big 15-inch, beautiful looking screen, by the way, high resolution, and thankfully all the digital, pixelated functions down here for the climate settings still have these beautiful toggles to them. What's not to love about this vehicle? The back seat, plenty of space as well. Me being 6'1", I still fit behind my own driving position. How is, I mean, honestly, how is the GMC Terrain this good at this price? I honestly don't understand it, and it's kind of scary because where has the savings gone into? I don't know. The quality in here feels great as well. Leather wrapped steering wheel with the contrast stitching on the inside. It's good. It's great. I love everything about this vehicle, and if I was in the market for an SUV in this size with some off-road capabilities, off-road tires, for example, the all-terrain tires that we have on this would seriously be a contender for me in this size of vehicle, just because of everything I just mentioned. So coming onto this road here, I think we are in, let's see, we are in normal. Gonna keep it in normal for now, and it's very, very refreshing as well to see that we don't have a sport mode in this, because that would just, I mean, what's the point? You don't need to have a sport mode in this, so thankfully we don't have it. 175 horsepower, and in addition to that, it is the AT4, the off-road version. So what you do want are some off-road drive modes, which, as you can see, we have here. We have a bunch of them. We have off-road, we also have terrain, and we have snow and ice, I think it said right there. Let's keep it in normal for now. And let's come on to this main road out here, and let's step on it. I'm going to show you that you really don't need more power than this, and personally I don't feel like I'm missing any power, and it's just an overall very pleasant driving experience, very smooth, and I think a lot of that has to do with these all-terrain tires that we're rolling on. The problem with cars in general today, new cars, is, I mean, they are just getting too expensive. It's as simple as that. You cannot find a new car today for under 20. I mean, you probably, maybe one or two under $25,000. But why don't car manufacturers just create more base models? The only thing you really need is, you don't really need wireless Apple CarPlay. You can have it be wired if you save money. You need heating for the interior, and you need AC, power steering, and that is pretty much it. I mean, you don't need to, have over 200 horsepower in every single new vehicle. It just doesn't make sense to load all new vehicles with so much tech that not everybody wants. Personally, I would love to see all car manufacturers have a base lineup of vehicles where they just strip down as much as possible, still, being compliant with all the regulations, safety features and stuff like that you need to have. But don't make it too complicated, and don't just add features for the sake of adding more stuff. And that is why this is such a confusing car to me. I'm stepping on it now, by the way. And we're up to 50. We're going uphill. Totally fine to have 175 horsepower. But that is why this vehicle is so confusing to me, because it's not a stripped-down vehicle. You still have all these great features for a very, very good price. Thankfully, the sun is coming out now. It's definitely getting colder at night here, and I am not ready for winter. I do not look forward to winter one bit. But what can you do? We're in Colorado, so you just have to deal with it, I guess. So to sum this vehicle up, it's extremely surprising. I did not expect this. When I saw that I was getting this for a week, I thought it was gonna be just, you know, your average GMC small SUV, but this has blown me away, to be honest. And as I mentioned several times in this video, there's really nothing I would change in this vehicle except for removing the sunroof for $1,500 and just save that money. But if you're in the market for one, you know, an SUV in this size, it has some off-road capabilities. You got all-wheel drive, of course, all-terrain tires. Have a look at the GMC Terrain AT4, because to me, it is definitely one of the top three alternatives in this segment. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.